Low-key with your daily Q news. It's March 23rd, Friday, 2018. There is new Q. As of yet, there's really only one of importance so far, but I think that there's going to be a plethora of more to come in the coming hours, like he did about a week ago when he just did massive drops. And I think that that's what he's getting ready for. He just did a test, basically, to make sure his comms were good, and posted the Red Castle, Green Castle post. I am so ready for some new Q to have a refresh of things to look up and research because I have been digging in hard on the notable deaths of 2018 and spending hours and hours and days on end doing this research for you guys and also myself. What I like to do is when a false flag happens, I like to check the death list to see if there is anybody of notable importance that died suspiciously or not. It really doesn't matter, but who else might have died because of the false flag? What is the false flag for? Also, if somebody famous like Stephen Hawking dies, who else is going to die within that 48-hour range um, is really important. Not that they were a false flag, not that it was planned, not that it wasn't a distraction. I'm, you never know. I'm not saying either way. But one thing is interesting. The same exact day that Stephen Hawking died, March 14th, somebody else did that you didn't hear a thing about, and I have not heard one person talk about. This guy's name was Adrian Lamo, and he was 37. The cause of death has not been made public, which makes this that much more interesting, but this is about to blow you guys' mind. Let's see. He was an American computer hacker. He was notably known for hacking into Microsoft, Yahoo, and New York Times in 2003. He actually did some jail time in 2004 and was on probation of some sort for years. He feared for his life in 2012. I'm pretty sure it was. I'll tell you what, let's just go to it. I'll show you. Got it ready. Ready. Very interesting stuff. He for Project Vigilant. He would. The only reason he actually hacked into the services of Microsoft was to show the vulnerability, to show that it could be nefarious. But more notably, I guess he would be known for reporting Chelsea Army, telling them that she was leaking hundreds of thousands of documents that were classified. Wikileaks. And, I mean, this guy was right along with Snowden, and that's right. He's actually said to his opponent, I guess because he ratted out Chelsea Manning that was leaking to WikiLeaks. But he was born in Massachusetts and he died in Kansas. He's a threat analyst and a journalist. What he does is he tries to prevent hackers from being able to hack into your systems. He does a lot, but Project Vigilant, I suggest y'all look that up. That is something noteworthy. And the Chelsea Manning thing. He's a hacker, Chelsea Manning. You know, this is just playing in with everything that is happening right now. Hackers Wanted, notable work. Hackers Wanted, We Steal Secrets, Good Morning America, Democracy Now!, and other media outlets including cover stories in Information Week and San Francisco Weekly. His title is an Assistant Director for Threat Intelligence. And if that doesn't once again tie into everything, I don't know how much bigger this it could have been an opportunity. Maybe they knew that maybe Hawkins wasn't doing so well and he wasn't going to last much longer, And they used that, to their advantage and was like, well, this is our time to take out this person. And really, there's a few different people that are of importance that died the exact same day as Stephen Hawking. I'll give you a real quick run through. The executive of Time Warner died of cancer at the age of 56. Lisa Quizos. Louise Slaughter, New York 25th District Representative, 88, complications by fall. Karen Cave, 63, an American politician consultant. And she was one really well worth looking into, too. An American politician consultant, a hacker slash whistleblower slash threat intelligence director slash opponent of Assange slash death not made public. And that's what gets me more than anything, I think, when it comes to suspiciousness. And let's keep on going and see what we can find out about this guy. He actually was made to go to a community college. He was ordered by the court to go to a community college, an American River College, a community college in Sacramento County, California, known as the homeless hacker for his reportedly transient lifestyle. Lamo claimed that he spent much of his travels couch surfing and squatting in abandoned buildings and traveling to internet cafes, libraries, and universities to investigate networks, sometimes exploiting security holes. Despite performing authorized and unauthorized vulnerability assessments for several large, high-profile entities, Lamo claimed to have refused to accept payment for his services. It shows you that, a character right there. I mean, you got to character balance that too, though, because he was made to go to college. He was a squatter like the homeless hacker and refused to take payments all at the same time. So, a lot to look at right now. Security compromise. In December 1st, Lamo was praised by WorldCom for helping to fortify their corporate security. In 2002, he broke into internal computer network of the New York Times, added his name to the internal database of expert sources, and used the paper's LexisNexis account to conduct research on high-profile subjects. Chelsea Manning, I take it, huh? Eventually. I don't want to bore you guys. You can find this on Wikipedia. Adrian Lamo, DNA controversy. That's interesting. Let's check that out. In May 9th, 2006, to a 2-year probation sentence, Lamo refused to give the United States government a blood sample, which they had demanded in order to record his DNA in their CODIS system. According to his attorney at the time, Lamo had a religious objection to giving blood, but was willing to give his DNA in another form. On June 15, 2007, lawyers for Lamo filed a motion citing the Book of Genesis as one basis for Lamo's religious opposition to the giving blood. In 2007, Lamo's legal counsel reached a settlement agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, whereby Lamo would submit a cheek swab in place of the blood sample. The Wikileaks Manning thing, that's interesting and worth reading. In February 2009, a partial list of the anonymous donors to the Wikileaks not-for-profit website was leaked and published on Wikileaks' website. Some media sources indicated at the time that Lamo was among the donors on the list. Lamo commented on his Twitter page, "Thanks for leaking your donor list. That's dedication." In May 2010, Lamo reported to U.S. Army authorities that Chelsea Manning claimed to have leaked a large body of classified documents, including 260,000 classified United States diplomatic cables. That's a lot of cables. Lamo stated that Manning also took credit for leaking the video footage of the July 12, 2007 Baghdad airstrike, which has since come to be known as the Collateral Murder video. Lamo stated that he would not have turned Manning in if lives weren't in danger. He was in a war zone and basically trying to vacuum up as much classified information as he could, and just throwing it up into the air. Wikileaks responded by denouncing Lamo, and Wired magazine reporter Kevin Poulsen as notorious felons, informers, and manipulators, and said journalists should take care. That's, once again, right along with what we are going through right now. According to Andy Greenberg of Forbes, Lamo was a volunteer adversary characterization analyst for Project Vigilant, a Florida-based semi-secret government contractor which encouraged him to inform the government about the alleged WikiLeaks source. The head of Project Vigilant, Chet Uber, claimed, "I'm the one who called the U.S. government. All the people who say that Adrian is a narc, he did a patriotic thing. He sees all kinds of hacks, and he was seriously worried about people dying." Lamo was criticized by fellow hackers, such as those at the Hackers on Planet Earth conference in 2010, who labeled him a snitch. Another commented to Lam following his speech during a panel discussion saying, "From my perspective, I see what you have done as treason." Wow. He was not liked in Silicon Valley. Who else does that remind you of? WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange called Lamo a very disreputable character and said that Lamo's monetary support for WikiLeaks amounted to only $20 on one occasion. Assange said that it is not right to call Lamo a contributor to WikiLeaks and questioned the electronic record associated with the Manning-Lamo chats. Because, according to Assange, Lamo had strange motivations and had been in a mental hospital 3 weeks beforehand. Lamo characterized his decision to work with the government as morally ambiguous, but objectively necessary, writing in The Guardian. There were no right choices that day. Only less wrong ones. It was cold. It was needful. And it was no one's to make except mine. Adding to The Guardian's Ed Pelkington. There were hundreds of thousands of documents. Let's drop the number to 250,000 to be conservative, and doing nothing meant gambling that each and every one would do no harm if no warning was given. The Taliban insurgency later announced its intention to execute Afghan nationals named in the leaks as having cooperated with the U.S.-led coalition in Afghanistan. By that time, the United States had received months of advance warnings that their names were among the leaks. Manning was arrested and incarcerated in the United States military justice system and later sentenced to 35 years in confinement, which President Barack Obama commuted to a total of 7 years at the end of his term, including time served. Lamo responded to communication with a single post on Medium and an interview with U.S. News and World Report. Wow. Criticism of Anonymous. Lamo had been critical of media coverage of the hacker collective Anonymous, saying that media outlets have overhyped and mythologize. He also said that the invulnerable group it is claimed to be, and he can see no rational point in what they're doing. Well, when you have to be anonymous and tiptoe around, it's hard. Film and television, personal life and death. Lamo died on March 14th, 2018 in Wichita, Kansas at the age of 37. The cause of death was not immediately made public. Now, Q post, trust Kansas. And I'm still trying to link what exactly he's talking about when it comes to that. Wikileaks is not one person. We are all the threat. Hacker magazine editor says Wikileaks is bigger than a Julian Assange. Now, man, that is... I know he suffered through drug abuse or substance abuse. For a period of time in March 2011, Lamo was allegedly in hiding, claiming that his life was under threat after turning in Manning. During this time, he struggled with substance abuse, but later claimed that he was in recovery and that his security situation had improved. That was in 2011. In 2010, Lamo said in the Wired article that in May 2010, after he reported the theft of his backpack, an investigating officer noted unusual behavior and placed him under a 72-hour involuntary psychiatric hold, which was extended to a 9-day hold. Lamo said he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome at the psychiatric ward. Wow. That is a movie and a half, isn't it, guys? I mean, think about it. You're a hacker. You leak or you whistleblow on a leaker. All the hacker world doesn't like you. All of Silicon Valley doesn't like you. Don't trust you. You fear for your life because maybe by him giving out Chelsea Manning, it was actually the government's doing through Chelsea Manning, and therefore he realized that if my backpack's missing, and freaking out and everything, also probably on drugs at the time, obviously, and wigging out. And then they don't hold him for 72 hours, they hold him for 9 days. And then he has to be diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, basically, probably, to be able to be released to a psychiatric ward. You know, type deal, to finally be able to get out and be classified as sane. Whoa. In the mid-90s, Lamo volunteered for the gay and lesbian media from Planet Out Incorporated. In 1998, Lamo was appointed to the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer, and Questioning Youth Task Force by the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. In 1999, Lamo was ordained a minister in the Universal Life Church. In 2001, he overdosed on prescription amphetamines. He's all over the place. You don't know how to read this guy. Is he a good guy or a bad guy? I mean, he's doing, he's an ordained minister, but he overdoses. He tries to help out the gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and everything, and then he Chelsea Manning, which I'm pretty sure was for a good reason. This guy's got a lot of history, and you didn't even know that he died. Lamo wrote the book Ask Adrian, a collection of his best question and answer drawn from over 500 pages of Quora answers, which have so far received nearly 30 million views. Wow. I'm so looking that up. Ask Adrian. Y'all guys help me with this, okay? Help me. I know that we have to get this out there, because nobody else is talking about it, and this poor guy didn't get any recognition whatsoever when he died. After going through hell and back, because of probably the CIA and the military and the administration at the time. He finally thought he was safe having Trump as president, and then somebody comes and murks him. And still, we do not know what the cause of death was. This is big information. We got to talk about this guy, Adrian Lamo. Remember that. Talk to everybody. Please like and comment this with any information that you have. At least like it, though. Please. Please like it. Please. Please like it. Please like it. It's low key with your Daily Q News out.